Hi, everyone. This is Adam. Can you hear me?
Hey, Adam. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing well. I'm just on my phone, but I want to make sure you can hear me. Thank you, Mayor.
Agenda.
Welcome, everyone. Another warm day. Okay, we'll call the meeting to order. Has everyone had an opportunity or chance to review the minutes from the June 27th meeting?
Yes.
If so, I would accept a motion to approve.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it. Second. All in favor?
I'm
Opposed? Motion carried.
anybody. I was looking at this.
You were looking at that? Okay. That's all right. Okay. No, you're good. You're good.
Oh, a little slow.
Financial reports.
And the fund balance is $752,508.87. You have the claims,
Oh,
Jeff?
sorry. Right. The claims. I have Adams from Stone Municipal for $2,600. I had a rental from Gilman's. We had to take one of the lights down, and we don't have our lift at the truck or the street department is broke, so I rented the lift for $210 to get that light down. It was broke, and to hang that last TV. They replaced that TV that was broke. We shipped it back. Me and John went out there and I said, if I got the lift, we might as well just do it at the same time. So we just did it at the same time. And then Powell's Plumbing for $240. I had a sensor in one of the bathrooms. Really wasn't Powell's fault. I mean, the sensor worked, but every time a car drove by, it was turn the lights on. It was driving me nuts. It's interesting. Those grates have holes and there's a lot of airflow in. So they put a different sensor on so that when cars drive by, the lights won't turn on. So that's all that was.
Okay. There's no questions. I would accept a motion to approve the financial reports.
I'll make the motion.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Okay. Updates, Mayor?
I'll start with Adam first. Adam, go right ahead, sir.
Thank you, Mayor. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Well, hey, I appreciate everyone. Happy Friday. Wanted to provide two quick updates. No agenda, no action needed on either of these, but just as a courtesy, we are working through with Fayette County Auditor's Office the TIF neutralizations for both areas for Pay 26. We're expecting our first potential incremental AV on the new area next year. So this will be an important first step, as well as obviously making sure WASDATA is increasing and adjusted. So this is a gating, it's a dependent prerequisite before the certified values are released for the city and for just its normal budgeting process, as well as this sets the amount of incremental assessed value that is expected to be certified for taxes payable in 2026. So from a TIF forecast and kind of budget, this is the main exercise here that we will be using to forecast TIF revenues next year. So once that is completed over the next week or so, we'll be sharing that information with the clerk treasurer and mayor's office, and we'll provide a thorough update of the final versions at your next meeting. As well, the second item I have is around this time of year, we start thinking about the annual report to units. That is a requirement by state law that we have to provide each year. There's no really hard requirement on when it has to occur, other than it just has to occur in a year. The best practice we have adopted for our communities is it really is intended to be a planning presentation and a transparent conversation with the schools, counties, libraries, et cetera, as far as what the plans of the commission are. So in that interpretation, We like to do it a little later in the year just so that we can get through the forecast, the budgets, the spend plans, get those numbers a little more finalized so that when we present that information, it's a little less abstract and it's more concrete. So that may be at the earliest your August meeting. It may be no later than your November meeting. Just that's a future agenda item. We'll work with staff to make sure we find out what the best is, and then they will be invited to that public meeting as well. So those are the two actions we are working on. And if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. Otherwise, I appreciate your time and hope you all have a nice weekend. And most importantly, try to stay cool.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
I'll go over a couple things on my end. If you get on Facebook, we have Market Street Plaza built. That is right now. I know Facebook is not a good marketing tool, but right now that's what we're using for marketing. We can also push stuff out to the region to help market a little bit. That's really your best tool for marketing, but for now, that's what we're using. John and I are still working on building a marketing program for the entire plaza for next year. I can't remember if I said what we were doing last meeting or not, how when I was talking about the businesses, they get tired of every week someone walking through the door trying to get money. So we're building you pay once in the spring and it covers the whole summer and the fall series. That gives you all the marketing packages. We're also working on a logo for the sign because we want to put a sign up there and offer naming rights to the facility. The naming rights, we'll do a 4 or 5 year deal. I'm not for sure how we're gonna work that out yet, but we are offering naming rights for that. So we're looking to design, if you look at the plaza, you can see we got TVs on the side, then there's a front side that's kind of bare. That's where we're gonna put the sign. We're looking to do like a big round, like a 4 or 6 foot sign, backlit. And then naming rights will go right above that backlit as well. We want to create something that looks a little modern, a little nice. I want to do a mural first, but I think the backlit sign will give us a lot more attraction, more pop to the thing. If you'll probably see in a couple weeks, we've got the light back to put back up. I did buy some little puck lights or LED puck lights. They're called boogies. I'm going to put them around the block areas. And all that does is it's going to create a nice, neat atmosphere for the building. It's kind of a down light. I can actually coordinate it to music, which I want to do when we get our big lights running. We'll coordinate that to music. And the Christmas time, we can run Christmas themes. I can literally make them any color I want. So the PA system we got ordered, it's in. So when I hang the lights, I'm going to hang the PA system and hang that one light. So that'd be coming up. I'd like to get that done next week or two if I can, is my goal. But it's really starting to come together. We're starting to get all the pieces together. This marketing program we want to focus on and get this built. Just so you know, we do have this Friday, actually tonight. Wow, almost said this Friday. It is Friday. We have the Oxford Brass Quintet coming over. I'm excited for that because
I heard they're good.
Miami University, so they love our stage.
We'll probably come down.
They'll be here at 8:00. And then August the 8th, IPA Jazz will be playing at 8. They're very good too. This one here I might publish out and push out just because of what we're doing. August 22nd, we got swing dancing. So I got a Rushville big band's coming over. I told them, I said, I want all peppy music. Some big band music is peppy, some of it's not. I said, I want all peppy music because we're doing swing dancing all night. There's some swing dancing clubs around, so that's why me and John talking about maybe pushing that one out so that all the swing dancing clubs can see it. And I think that'll be a fun evening. And then September 20th, we got the Battle of the Worship Bands. Right now, that's all we have. We were working on some others. We got some more. We're trying to figure out, do some different things. We got some more people we're trying to talk to. I want to do events as well. We're trying to figure out how do we get the local businesses on board. So what I mean by that is we're pushing out the events. I'm hoping like the local restaurants will get on and say, hey, we're going to have a special this night, or Friday night special, come get some food, go listen to music or do whatever. So that's really what this is all about, is get the local businesses to jump on board and offer something to attract people into their store and then come listen to some music. That's the whole goal. We have had some food trucks reach out to us to see if we allow food trucks. I want to be very careful with that one because I want our local businesses to do well as well. But we are going to start allowing a few food trucks, really local food trucks. I'm not really pushing to bring anything outside in at this point because I really want our local businesses to really take advantage of this. Um, right now, I'll be honest, they're not. That's kind of frustrating.
Yeah.
It's easy opportunity to
Right.
market yourself, and they're just not doing it.
Not doing it.
No. So, if we take some heat over food truck, I'll be like, we tried. I mean, you have to do your own marketing too. Um, and that being said, we do have our city webpage up and running now. It's very nice.
That's good.
Tied with that, if you get onto the city Facebook page, you'll see there's a QR code on there you can go into to put your business in. It's free. It's a white page ad. If you want to market your business more, you can do a yellow page ad. There's a small fee with that, but that's through the Office of the Secretary of State, Diego Morales, and that is a community calendar. One of the things when I first came in office, we've been talking about community calendars for years.
Oh,
we
yeah.
we tried to get them going, and we just couldn't get it going. Well, the reason going, no one would communicate with us.
Yeah.
And we had to have someone just constantly calling and calling and calling back. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? Sometimes they never got back with us because they complained when something overlapped their event. They never communicate with us.
Right.
So what we're doing is creating that community calendar with this app. So anytime you go to the city website and you can click on what's up 24/7 or what's to do in Connersville, you can select, hey, what's going on this Friday in Connersville? Well, anyone who puts their events in there will show all their events. All the restaurants will show up, all the stores, anything that's on that will show up for that area. Or is that time frame selected? Or if you just want to see what we have, you can search it all. So that's going to help us to be beneficial when we're planning events for Market Street because I don't want to overlap with events going on in the community. And this fall, actually, me and John did a lot of scheduling around those events, so we're not overlapping the events. So there's Alpine and Blue Arrows are having theirs. St. Gabriel's having a festival. I think I'm missing a couple, but so we tried to not schedule on theirs. We also try not to schedule around Rushville's concerts. Oxford's is made on a Thursday, so I'm really not too concerned about theirs. But Rushville's are on a Saturday, so we're trying not to compete with everyone else, and we definitely don't want to hinder our local events. So if it seems kind of random right now, that's why we're trying not to compete with anybody else. But those are the events we have set in stone. Like I said, we kept this year kind of light because I really want to get some stuff finished on it and then really put out some marketing next year and start building some income to really make this nice for everybody. Any questions for me on that?
No, I think it's good.
It's
Anything
up
else for us?
It's up and running. I tell you, every time someone visits Connersville, from the state, from other communities, I get the same two comments every single time. They love our sidewalks and our plants and our lights downtown. They absolutely love it. And they love that stage. That's the first two comments I get every single time.
Channel 13 shows it.
Yeah.
With some regularity.
Yeah, they do.
That is why this is a little bit of a marketing strategy. When our camera went down, we moved the camera. We've had a new camera put up. We moved it on City Hall. We did that for a reason. It wasn't last year. Whenever we put the string lights up, 2 years ago, people showed me highlights of the news, and they showed our string lights, and they were all I remember saying, "Way to go, Connersville!" Showing all that, I was like, "Wow!" And they use that all the time, so we gave them a better camera angle.
Yeah.
The camera I can move remotely, so when the trees are down or the leaves are gone, and we got concerts going on, guess where that camera angle's pointing?
On the stage.
On the stage. That's marketing because everyone's gonna be like, "What is that?" That's why we moved the camera. So little
It looks
sneaky.
good on Channel 13.
It's free advertising for
Yeah.
us. Plus, we've got the only. John might have to correct me on this. As far as the high definition cameras that they use around the state, ours is the only one that's got 4K or whatever it is. It's high definition.
Oh.
Most of them point at school parking lots for some reason. Ours points to our downtown, so they use ours. That's why they use ours a lot.
Yeah, it looks good. Good image.
So that's one of the reasons we moved it.
Anything else for us, Mr. Mayor? No,
Don't think so.
don't think so. Okay. I've been getting calls and people have asked, what's going on over on Fifth Street where they paved that lot? Used to be storage buildings there.
Yeah, they've got a ice dispenser there.
Yeah, I saw that. What else is going in? Do we know?
That was it.
Yeah, that's interesting.
That was the original plan when they first bought it, when it was the old KFC building.
Okay.
And then they never did do it for, I don't know what the reasoning were, and then they finally they got it back up.
I don't know. I noticed they put power on the poles up there too. I don't know what's going on. Anyway,
All I know at this point is it's ice dispensing.
okay, well, that's what I've been telling people too. I don't know anymore. Okay. Mr. Coulter, you have any updates for us for EDG?
I do.
You do? All right.
I think I'm in my 4th month, so I'm starting to get my footing a little bit. Just spent the first couple of months kind of evaluating the program, seeing where we were. So I've spent the last 2 months probably meeting with 60 or 75 people in the areas that are important to economic development, in particular workforce development. Now, that's an important tool for this group also. And I'm starting to develop the idea we're going to put together a workforce development roundtable, try to bring employers and trainers and everybody to the same table to discuss issues that are troubling employers. And, you know, some of those issues are, I'll call it early care and learning, but daycare is a huge problem in Fayette County. People, after anybody has employees knows that you have a hard time getting them there sometimes because of no child care. So all I had to do was start saying those words out loud, and people started emailing me because a lot of people have been working on that issue, but we just got to put together a team to make something happen.
I'll be able to help with that.
Very good.
With you do what I did before.
Yeah. And I think we have a real opportunity to have a nice sized, legitimate, standalone
Right.
early care and learning center. I'm trying to learn to say it in the right way because it's not just childcare, it's also learning. And so that's one thing I've been working on, meeting about, but workforce development is probably the biggest because I think that's where we've been lacking the most. All the employers that I've been talking to so far, they've had training available, but not normally the kind of training that they need. So over the next, in particular, my plan for next year is to meet with 50 or 60 employers, find out their needs. But even sooner yet, I want to just talk to people about training and what kind of training their employees need. I met with Brandy Jackson of Ivy Tech yesterday, and they have just so many offerings of, you know, from everything from soft skills to more specific training that they can bring right to the workplace. So I'm going to try to put together a team, have employers and trainers at the same table talking about what can be done. We're always copying off of Rushville, but when I started talking about this idea, Carolyn Bunsendahl said, come over to our talent collaboration meeting that we have in Rush County every month. And it was a beautiful meeting. They just, a very synergistic environment of collaboration, working together. Yeah. Just talking about, I need electricians. I can't ever get electricians. And then somebody will speak up and say, well, this is a way we could go about making that happen. So,
Still trades.
That's where it's at.
yeah.
Yep, it is.
So our building that we own, the EDG owns, is been rented mostly to trainers, Ivy Tech, IU East at one time, a lot of different people, adult ed, and now the truck driving school. As brick and mortar schools reduce their footprint, we have to find new skills to get in there. And that's what her and I were talking about yesterday, is more trade-based classes.
Right.
And most of the employers around here, that's what they're talking about. Like, I'm sure you run into it. It's hard to find commercial electricians or industrial electricians.
We've been very lucky, but plumbers,
HVAC,
Welders.
programmers, PLC programmers.
yeah.
You're out. You put in equipment that's PLC controlled. you plan a year out because you're gonna wait a year for the program.
Wow.
But I've been talking to a lot of groups, so I'll try not to get in speech mode. I can already hear myself getting into it, so I'll slow down a little bit. But one thing I wanted to talk about here was, one of the things I keep hearing from people that a real problem is hotel space. We visited that at the Redevelopment Commission, what, 3 years ago?
Yeah. It's been about 3 years. Yep.
Did we do a study?
Yeah.
We got the study. The problem we found was the ROI, and we couldn't get an investor to pull on it.
Right.
Because the building cost it was, when we first did the project, it was like 3 to 4 million. By the time the study was over, the cost to build was like 9 or 10, and they could not pull an ROI on it. I'm not for sure where the building costs now are at. They've come down, but I don't know if they've come down that much, but I think it's still a good opportunity to revisit it.
Do you think
Seems
we
to me
could,
like more people are doing Airbnbs in town? Yeah, rent them out.
I know I run into a lot of people that are, especially contractors that are in town working on projects that are staying in Brookville and Rushville and everywhere.
Right.
Campground. You'd be surprised how many people
True.
have to go stay at the campground in a camper. So I don't know if we could update that study at a relatively,
3 years old, it shouldn't have impacted other than the building construction costs. The numbers won't stay the same as far as occupancy and what they determined our need is.
well, it'd be nice if we could, get that out to talk about it a little bit
I'll
more.
give it to you. I'll give it to you.
That's something that I think we could work on that would help everybody.
Anything else for us?
No, I think that's it.
Nope, that's it. Okay. Any new business to bring before the board? No? That's interesting. Okay. Well, with that being said, our next meeting is scheduled for August 22nd at noon. Okay, if there's nothing else to bring before the board, I would accept a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion.
Do we have a second?
One second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you next month.